Hello, this is Andrea and welcome to my crafting channel. I'm getting ready to start a new junk journal and it's going to be sewing themed, and I wanted to show these items a few years, well, more than a few years. In fact, when my children were small, my husband's great aunt passed away and I inherited some of her sewing items, and I thought, well, this would be nice to make a journal in her honor. So, but before I do that, I wanted to show all these things, mostly for me to remember them, but I thought it would be interesting. So, let me put a video in right here of what the boxes look like. Here are the sewing boxes I'm talking about. Sorry about these pieces of paper. So this one is the kind that's like a stool that you sit on. And this is like a plastic one. Oh, I haven't ever noticed this before. There's like a faint design on the front. And then you open it up and here's some more items in here. Some gadgets that were in here. Some, little supplies here. Thread. There's even more thread in one of the sewing boxes. Tiny items here. I have a couple of these little tins with things in them. I have some measuring tape and some rulers, and I have some fabric. So first I want to look at the fabric. So most of what she had is like, these are offcuts. This is like a drape or something, from a drape or something, but the rest of this is polyester. And as you can see, she mostly liked blue and purple. You can see the blue and purple in here with a little bit of red. I love this fabric, but it almost looks like something, not like something she would have worn. This was in there. I don't know. I guess it's like ribbon. That's what it looks like, but it was just sitting in there like this. So here are, let me show you the rulers. I have 3 rulers here. Or no, I'm sorry, 5 rulers. 3 are wooden, 2 are plastic. Let me put that fabric back. This one it's the kind that has the metal edge too, and it says Harold B. Mulligan branch office on Ogons and Chelton Avenues, and then it's got heights and weights of children. Oh, that's kind of weird, and it's a funeral director in Philadelphia. So I don't know if that's there still. This is Dolby's Microscopes Lab Apparatus Chemicals, and it's 6 inches long. And yeah, this looks like it's in Philadelphia too. For all your needs, medical supply, dental, veterinary, laboratory. Ooh, this one's interesting. It's got an interesting symbol here. It's like a W and an S with an arrow going through it. This is 6 inches. Oh, and it's just the same on the other side, and there is a metal edge to it. Yeah, when I went to school, when I was young, the rulers were all wooden with a metal thing in them, and then eventually they started having these plastic ones that kind of had a bump in them. You could lay your pencil in the bump. Here's some plastic. Let's see. The Thomas W. Price Company printing papers since 1846. Oh yeah. And this is the one that it has a layout for printing. It's got pica. See that? Can you see? For typing. Hammer mill form layout rule. There's Pika typewriter character layout. And what's this one? Elite typewriter character layout. This is one, the Philadelphia Saving Fund Society. So they have different locations. Looks like 6 locations listed here. A safe deposit box is the safest place for your securities, mortgage, deeds, da 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 da. The Philadelphia Savings Fund Society. And then we have some measuring tapes. Oh, that's not a measuring tape. This one, look, it's one of those folded in half and sewn with the metal on the edges. You used to be able to buy this too and then sew it yourself, but this one has the metal clamps on the ends. Look how old this is. I don't know what to do. I can't get rid of that. Here's a paper one, which we used to have paper ones all the time when I was young. So, like if you went to buy something and it was a place that did alterations, they would give you a paper measuring tape. See how this one says Patterson, New Jersey, and it says men's so this was probably, you know, given like with a pair of pants or something. You know what I mean? In case you had to ask for alterations. This one feels like, this feels newer. It feels like that weird plasticky tape. What's it say? Evos Diet Plan. Never heard of it. Well, it's after they had area codes. Oops. Yeah, this feels like a Tyvek kind of feeling to it. What is this? The inches go 2 different directions. I guess so. You know how many inches you want to let? I don't know. I'll put that back together later. Let me sit down. So this I thought was really interesting. It's like, it's not enough that she has all these threads, which this isn't all the threads, as you probably saw in the other picture I had. But whenever she had loose threads, she would wind them around things. Like this is tissue. This is an old, you know, you know, those coin wrappers. This is a box of matchbook. What's this called? The Little Inn on Old State Road in Media. Oh, that's a nice picture. And then she had this whole bag of a lot of it's stuff that she just wrapped up. What is this though? I didn't. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw this earlier or before, I think. Used to be able to get these. Sometimes it would be like there probably was a comb in here too. Like sometimes the bank would give you things like this. I don't know where this one came from. Maybe a church. Here's another ruler and it's got threads wrapped on it. She has a bunch of these. And I don't know if this is an old way of doing the embroidery thread. Oh, speaking of embroidery thread, there was, oh, this is an embroidery thread. This is, what is that called? Elastic. This one's not elastic, but what does it say this is? Royal Swan. It says it's rayon, whatever it is. This one's elastic. But what I thought was interesting is this is like heavy metal foil wrappings that they're in. So there's a really old, I mean, am I going to use that? No, because look how old that is. Non-roll elastic. Oh yeah, in the tins. So she had this tin. I don't recognize what it's from. And this is, why can't I think of what it's called? Bobbins. And here's a secrets tin. Oops. I remember these. And she's got chalk in here, razor blades, paper clips, and pins in here. There's a iron-on tape. Oh, this looks like plastic. Now for permanent press and other fabrics. Bondex. Oh, this is a tin, and in it has these tiny threads. I only found these in this tin. Oh yeah, so most of her thread is polyester or silk. So she's got polyester and she's got silk. She's got two fabrics that stay mercerized. I can't remember what that is, if that's cotton covered polyester. She does have one that says cotton covered polyester. This glue, look at this glue. Sewing with a tube. It reminds me of these new, we got this Fabrifix stuff, except for this, it feels like, I've had to take it off something else. It feels like that rubbery plastic that sometimes holds like a credit card onto a piece of paper and stuff. I'm probably not going to keep that. Here's a little defuzz thing. This edge feels like metal mesh. It's for defuzzing sweaters. What else we got here? Oh, there's like 2 new ones of this in here. Maybe more, but there's a whole bunch of old ones in the in the one box. Look at that, Caster Corset Shop. This one has extra hooks in it. Here's sewing machine needles. Oops. This one's sewing machine needles too. Embroidery needles, but to tell you the truth, these might be mine because, I mean, I had put some of my stuff in the boxes too. Miracle Fabric Mender? I don't know. Rayon Elastic. This is pretty. 15 cents. La Jean Pin-In Lingerie Guard. This just says brown on the outside, and this feels like a heavy waxed cord, like it feels like wax is on a cord. Stitch Witchery. I used this when I was younger. I don't use it anymore. In fact, this one might be mine. This one's definitely hers. So before we get into the gadgets, I wanted to look at some of these small things. So in here, there's a whole bunch of these hooks, right? Not the hooks, the loops. And there's some hooks, right? There's a whole bunch of loops in there, like halves of packages, like where she had, maybe she used all the hooks and not the loops. Here's an old piece of wax. So like, let me show you what my wax looks like now. Oh, that's not it. Well, this here's an alternative to wax, a modern alternative to wax. It's I can't think of what that's called. Silicone. But I still like using beeswax more. I only use silicone for some projects. Let's see. Yeah. Here's what my beeswax looks like, so. Someday it might look like this, although this usually just gets all crumpled up by the time I'm done using it. Okay. She had a plastic one of these needles. Get this old thimble. Sewing needles, various sewing needles in the little glass bottles. This is some buttons. Is that in there? And I found some other buttons in there. Here's some of the stuff I found in there. There's like these zipper pulls. So this one's a whistle. I blew on it. It does blow. Here's a zipper pull. This one I think is fun. I might use this on the journal. This, look at this. Singer needles. A little, oh, there's one still in it. Sorry, my hands shake. Singer machine needle in there still. Probably put that in there. This thing here, I didn't know what it is. Okay, so it's a piece of fabric. Tell me if you know what this is. It's sewn in here. It feels like there's a stone in here, but is it wax? Was it like some kind of powder item, like to use as to dab stuff? I don't know what it is. Or was it used as a weight? It's not very heavy. Like, it's a little bit, but not very much. Now let's get into some of these little these tools. So there's this one called, what's it called? Meyer's famous lock stitch sewing awl for sewing leather. Okay, I've seen these before. I'm not any good at them. So inside here are the pieces. Oops. See, here's the pieces. This is probably a screwdriver. And then, you know, these are needles that you put into the end here. And then the thread, this is waxed thread, so she probably used this on leather. Maybe shoes, I don't know. No, this is for a different one. This is the Easy Stitcher. I've seen these before too. I don't know if this has the pieces in it. No, it doesn't have the pieces in it. Okay. Yeah, you use a needle and the thread goes inside. I don't like these kind of punch sewing things. I'm not good at them. I did them a little bit when I was a kid, but got a little dust in it. See, it shows how you do it. You have to like hold part of the thread, put it in, pull it out. I mean, you might as well just be sewing by hand at that point. That's my opinion. So she's got two of these. These are needle threaders. I don't know if I'm going to try it or not. Maybe I'll try it on a different thing, but you put the needle inside here with the eye down. You pull the thread across this part, and then you push down like this. See how there's a little pin that comes out. And then when you pull the thread, and then when you pull this out, the needle is threaded. Well, I don't know how well it works. Maybe I'll try one and see how it works. And maybe use this back part to cut the thread off. I don't know, because that looks like a blade. But here's the paper that comes with it. The automatic needle threader. So you can see right there. Oh, that's all the directions. This is a hand sewer. I don't even know if it's in here. This feels really light. This one's funny. This one's so I think you squeeze this kind. I don't know. Get a good look at it. I might try some of these gadgets out in a different video. Does it have directions? It has the paper directions in here. And then what's this? This just feels like wax paper. Oh, maybe it had needles in it. Bojine handy sewer. Yeah. Maybe. Let me know if you want me to do another video where I try out some of these gadgets. That could be kind of funny. Alright, I'll put that in later. And these are the two books she had. And oh, well, we got one more item. So this is like, I guess a snap setter. There's I don't know if these are snaps or something else. I have to look through it. It's got the rubber band that's falling apart, but let's say on it. Easy buckle. That's what it says. It says easy buckle around the center there. So, I don't know, maybe I'll try that out too. So these are the two books that were in there. Instructions for a Singer sewing machine. So I'm guessing she had this sewing machine. I didn't get it, so I have no way of knowing for sure. I don't even remember, like the last times I saw her, I don't remember she had her sewing machine set up, so. And then this is Some Secrets of Smart Dressmaking. And it's copyright 1927. When I was a child, so I've been sewing since I was really young, like maybe 7. And when I was a child, I knew an older woman who was a seamstress, and she taught me to make my own patterns and take my own measurements. And my mom did that too. She had a sewing, what is that called? Not a figure, not a dummy. The thing that you can put your measurements on it. It was one that was made out of paper, and you just pulled the paper to your, I can't think what it's called, a dressmaker's dummy. Yeah, my mom had one of those. But I could make, I probably still could do it. I could make clothing just based on my own measurements. And I've also made clothing with patterns. I made one of my prom gowns. So these are the kinds of, I'm going to lower this, so close your eyes if you get dizzy. These are some of the threads that she had, and look at this, Woolworths. Kmart, we got no Kmarts left here. I mean, some of these are really old. And then she has a lot of, well, this one's empty. She had a lot of polyester ones too. Like there's several colors. Some of them are repeats in there. I don't know what else would be interesting to see here. Maybe this one. Well, I think that's all I have to show you. If there was something in here that I missed and you want to see it, let me know. And I'm planning to do more videos on this journal, so we'll see how it goes. Until next time, happy crafting.